I think I see better when I got my Glock beside me. I'm rolling up some pressure just to hide the pain inside me. I'm sliding in the SRT, but it feel like a Rari. And she calling my phone, I'm blowing up, she say I'm sorry. I think I see better when I got my Glock beside me. I'm rolling up some pressure just to hide the pain inside me.
All right, so what's going on? We back in the shop. It is Saturday. Just got the Cateye in yesterday, so we're gonna go ahead and get to work on it. He's gonna be taking the lift off of this. I know y'all hate to see it. He hates to see it, but he wants it kind of a little bit more drivable. He wants to just go back to just regular keys, stock spindles and stuff, and ride, so that way he can drive the truck around a little bit more. So unfortunately, we gotta take the lift off, take the wheels and stuff off. He's gonna be putting these back on. A lot of people ask a lot of questions about taking lifts off and going back stock, or going with other lifts. The only thing with these 99 to 06 bodies are the diff is cut. The top mount that usually mounts in the middle is usually cut whenever you put a lift on it, so that'll be the only mount you don't utilize. You'll still have the ones on the sides. And then the one on the back, I believe on this side, I don't believe it bolts anywhere but the back on this side. So you'll have two here and then one there if you decide to go back stock, or maybe switch to another lift. Let's go ahead and get started, and then we'll pick up the camera as soon as we start getting this thing in the air and rip it apart. All right, so now we're getting down to it. I've already got most of the front components taken off. All I gotta do is just take the lowers out, and then we can start all the way at the bottom, start getting the skid plate. I'll probably go ahead and get the front cross member out, and then I don't know right now if I'm gonna end up doing the diff. I still got plenty of time, so I may just go ahead and drop the diff and just go ahead and get it on the ground and everything out the way, so that way once I put it in the stock location, it can go right back where it needs to go. Got the axles out, the calipers are off, I got the rotors out, spacers, and then I ended up getting the hub swapped over to the old spindles, so those are what I was just working on. But yeah, all I got to do now is just take the lowers out, like I said, and then we'll move on underneath. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and get to, and then hopefully by the end of the day I should be just pretty much dropping the diff, letting it go, and then we'll come back Monday and just build all the way up. Shouldn't take long with this. Still got the little diff hole where the bolt goes through for the diff right there, so all I'll have to do is take that bolt there and just move it back up whenever you reinstall the diff. So this is your driver side mount. This is the mount that is cut off on most rough country kits to kind of clear for this pitman arm that's in the way. A lot of the McGoy's lifts, they'll utilize that mount. So if you do go with like a rough country first and then go with a McGoy's, you won't be able to use that front mount that goes right here. You don't put the cross member in because, like I said, you got to cut it most times, and unless somebody's really just willing to weld it in, which is pretty pointless, you can put it back in. You don't have to. I've put in plenty of lifts and taken them off, and I never put the cross member piece in. I just leave it how the fuck it is, and nobody ever has an issue out of it. So I definitely tell you, if you really want to take your lift off, go ahead and do it. You don't need that fucking cross member piece that's cut out. It's never gonna be perfect how it was, even if you did try to weld it, and it's just a lot of extra work for no reason. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get back to it and keep wrenching. Hopefully by the time I pick up the camera, we'll have pretty much everything cleared and just ready to go. All right, so we're getting back to it, and I got everything pretty much taken out now. Got the diff on the ground. All I gotta do is put it back in its stock mount in place with that mount, and then the other mounts like I was talking about, I just took the passenger side diff mount out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I got everything pretty much lined up and ready to go for when I get in here Monday, and then we should be able to just throw this stuff back in probably within a couple hours, and then finish up the front, and then we'll roll over to the back. All right, so we're back in here Monday morning. Like I was telling y'all before, everything is dropped, and now we're about to start putting everything back up again. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and move on to. I'm gonna go ahead and get this diff put back up on the jack. All I gotta do is kind of put it up enough to where I can put that bolt through, kind of lock it in, and then mount the other side. It's a little rough without that top mount, but it's doable. The diffs ain't really that heavy on these trucks, so you can kind of manhandle it a little bit, but other than that, we're gonna just throw everything back in, torsion bars, keys, all the other shit. We're just gonna get it all clocked the right way, drop it on the ground, and we should be good to go. All right, so I went ahead and got a couple things knocked out. So I ended up putting the diff back up. It's back in the stock location. I got it tight, and I got the harness hooked back up to it. As far as the axles, I had to end up disassembling those because both of them ended up just falling out of the joints. So the only piece that I'm going to be utilizing is this little piece here. It's the part that goes into the hub itself and keeps it kind of just clamped together. That's probably the safer option. A lot of people say you can run them motherfuckers right there, the 4-wheel drive hubs, without the axle in it. I just ain't about to be the test dummy to try to do that shit. It takes a couple minutes just to pop those axle cups off. All you need is just a big ass hammer and a vise, or even your foot. I just did those with my feet, holding one side, and then I just took that big ass hammer there and swung it, knocked the cup off. It was easy as hell. That's just the less stressful way to do it, just so that way you're not stressing about your fucking hub falling apart. But yeah, as far as everything else, we're pretty much good to go. I already got the shock on this side. I just was kind of testing everything out and just moving stuff around. Obviously I'm gonna have to take that shock back out because that brake line is behind it and I need that up front. But other than that, that's pretty much all we got going. So I'm gonna go ahead and at least assemble the rest of this and get it together, so that way I can hit him up, let him know about the axles and everything, and see which direction he wants to go with it. I already got some sway bar links up there that I'm going to be putting in here, so those are figured out. That was the only other thing that he was missing. So all right, so finally got most of the front end put in. So as I said before, axles are out, just got the cups in right there, so those are secured. Just put the wheel lights and stuff back on, got the new sway bar links in here, so pretty much everything in the front end is ready to go. Just gotta wait for my impact to charge, and I'm gonna go take me a lunch break, so that way I can just tighten up everything up front and then throw some zip ties on all the rest of the stuff like the wheel lights, and then we should be good to go. But everything is thrown in. I put his new keys in, so everything is set where it needs to be, and all I gotta do once I tighten everything up and throw the wheels on, get the alignment straight, and then we'll jump straight to the back and get that done. Pick y'all out in a few whenever I get some lunch, and then we'll pick back up and hopefully be finished whenever I pick up the camera again. All right, so got the front done and got it on the ground. I just gotta adjust the camber a little bit, just because yeah, it's sitting all the way out. I didn't adjust the camber or anything. I haven't even touched anything with the alignment yet. I'm about to go ahead and move to the back, so that way I can go ahead and get it up in the air. All right, so kind of got the alignment okay. Got it at least somewhat straight. Might have to play with it a little bit more tomorrow, but it's a lot better than it was, so I'll knock that out tomorrow as well. But just got these shocks out and the blocks out of the back, so all I gotta do now is just get the U-bolts to put on here and then tighten everything up, and then we should be good to go to just throw this damn thing on the ground and see how she looks. Should be pretty level. Just put these rough country shocks in here. That's the only difference. Took those out, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it how it is, and go ahead and clean up, so that way I can go ahead and grab what I need tomorrow, and then we can finish up this, and then we'll move on to doing some door speakers for my truck, because definitely need those. But yeah, as far as this goes, we're pretty much finished. Just gotta do some final touches, and then we'll finish up the rear tomorrow once I get everything. But yeah, that's it. All right, so jump back on the Cateye, and I got the rear finished up. I went to AutoZone to go grab some U-bolts, so just grabbed 2 sets of those. So those are brand new now. Got the shock swapped in, so now I'm about to take these jack stands from underneath. These are the U-bolts that I got from AutoZone. Those work perfectly just for the stock ones. If you're going back with, you know, no block or just like a small block, it'll be perfect. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set this thing on the ground, so that way I can kind of get a better alignment now that I got the back wheels to kind of base off of. And we're just gonna try to get it somewhat straight and have the wheels kind of more upwards, so that way he can get to the alignment shop, get that knocked out pretty quick, and not have no issues with that. But as far as everything else, we're good to go. So like I said, the whole front was done, and yeah, just got the axle cup sitting in there, no axles at all. So new sway bar links, everything else is new. As far as the shocks, uppers are good, and the tie rods are good because they're kryptonite, and I put those on there probably like a year or 2 ago. So my fucking headlights somehow just started developing like some spider cracks. You can see that shit in there. I don't know how it happened. I didn't put anything on it crazy or nothing. It's just like fucking cracked. The bottom ones are perfectly fine, but it's just the top ones. So yeah, I don't know, bro. All right, here you go. So just back down on some 3-inch keys. I got them turned probably about 3/4 of the way up. So sitting with a pretty good lean as is. No drop shackles, just a little 1-inch block in the back. So she's sitting good though. Still clean. Just throw some graps on here and roll out and be straight. Be a clean Cateye. But yeah, just finished up everything. Just tightened up everything. Just gonna go pull it back in one more time. Just wanted to roll it around real quick so that way I can just make sure everything settles in. Yes sir, right back to stock. Look good. All right, now that we got the Cateye done, we're gonna move over, change gears, and then we're gonna install some speakers inside my truck. These are for the door speakers, so they are 6.5s. Shout out to Atoto. They sent these over for me to do a review on and install, and they did not disappoint. You can see the carbon fiber. It's got the tweeter up front. It's got a big magnet on the back, so these should be pretty loud. They're 230 watts, 60 watts RMS. So yeah, these are the part numbers if you want to get you some of these, but I'm gonna install these. It'll definitely help. And just in case you want the specifications, I got them right here. So they're 6.5, like I said, 230 watts, 60 watts, maximum RMS. They also sent over an amplifier that I'm gonna be installing as well. I would just tuck this behind the dash, that way you can't really see it. This is perfect for these door speakers. It'll definitely make sure that they have maximum play and maximum sound quality. Like I said, once again, shout out to Atoto. I'll put the links down in the description below, and there'll be a discount code below for y'all to get some money off of this. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so I got 1/2 of the speakers put in. I got 2 in. I had to take out the door mesh just so that way I can get it fitted perfectly. I could have put the door mesh back in, but no point. I'm probably gonna end up doing a double door pod in the front, so I'll have that one, and then probably another one up here. So we'll kind of see how that goes, but yeah, no need for the mesh. I'm just gonna put a pod there, 2 speakers that, and then we'll be good to go. As far as the back, this one's fine. I had to take the mesh out for sure for this one, and I really don't plan on putting it back in. I could throw like 2 tweeters or something like that down here, tap that in, and be good to go. Not really too worried about how these look, because like I said, I mean, it's just regular Chevy door panels, nothing too crazy. So I already powered it on and got them playing, so they sound good. You can definitely tell the difference between these and the factory door speakers. And I got these right here, so it looked like it was just a 6.5 in the front, and then like I don't know what size this is, maybe a 6-inch in the back. These were pretty much blown out and gone. You can see the flex in this one, all that paper BS that's in there, but that one's all right. But like I said, it's always nice to get an upgrade, and yeah, looks good. So I definitely want to get some subs in here. I definitely want to do the carpet. I want to do a whole lot more things with this damn truck. It's just it's getting built from fucking bottom to the top, so obviously I'm you know, it's not gonna be quick, fast, and in a hurry with this build. But yeah, she looking good, man. She looking good. So I guess we'll go ahead and get back to it, finish up everything, and then we'll move on from there. All right, so we got all the door speakers put in, so they are 100% finalized. So this is how I got the fronts. They're just drilled into the door panel, so that way, like I said before, once I get the door pods, I can just pretty much take the speaker out with the screws and then access the wiring easy without having to take the whole door panel off. So this side, same way, just push it back. Doesn't interfere with the window or anything. Everything is good. So just gonna wipe down the door panel a little bit just from where those mesh fucking covers just pack dust and shit up under there. But other than that, they sound good. I got the amplifier already hooked up, and it's pretty solid. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't even adjusted the settings or anything like in the radio, but they sound pretty solid. They sound clear. I can walk out of the shop and it sounds like a damn party in here. I would do a sound test, but I don't want to get copyrighted, so obviously we're not gonna do that. But if you trust my word, I've been buying a lot of audio speakers pretty much the whole time that I've had vehicles. I always bought some door speakers, and honestly, for the price that these are, These are definitely a steal. Yeah, it sounds crisp and clear. I got in here with everything closed and it sounds just perfect. So I'm loving it. But shout out to Atoto once again. I love when sponsors just keep, you know, sending me stuff out to review and check out, and then it ends up helping my build, because eventually I'm gonna end up buying this stuff anyways, and then just to get like a little help with a sponsor to just be like, hey, try this out. I'll put it in and you know, test it out, because I'm always gonna need new stuff for this truck, and you know, I'm always gonna be installing something or reviewing something about it. So also meant to tell y'all, I changed the oil the other day, and I went with some 1030, just some Mobil 1 high mileage, and now it sits pretty good at 40 whenever it's at high idle, and then it just goes all the way up to about like 60, 65 in the mornings whenever I'm on a cold start. So really just had to swap over to oil, because that 530 was just too thin, and this 1030 is doing perfectly fine. So yeah, I guess that was just the issue, just swapping the oil viscosity. But other than that, it wasn't nothing too crazy. Oil pressure looks normal, how it should for a newer motor or a newer built motor. So yeah, she's looking good, she sound good. She ain't been giving me no problems or nothing like that, as you hear. Still rocking this bitch. But yeah, I do probably consider a stall converter if you're ending up going with this cam. It really depends on your tuner, but a lot of the times, man, I'd probably just get one just to be safe. This was just really just a test, so whenever I go with the next setup for this truck, I'll probably go with a stall, and I'll probably build a trans and all that type of shit. So yep, that's about it. So I guess this will be it for my truck so far, and I guess we'll go ahead and pull this thing out, and we'll have the Cateye out of here soon, and then I should have a bed liner job to do later on this week. So we may put that in the video, may not, I don't know.